What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, indeed, I'm in a good mood today. I'm like in a phenomenal mood today. Like I'm always in a great mood, but I'm in a phenomenal mood today. If y'all don't know, you're just tuning in for the first time and checking this out. My name is Rocky Turner. You guys may know me as Rock T from the Ricky Smiley Morning Radio Show. Might have seen me on Dish Nation TV. I'm also the founder and creator of DreamJobFreedom.com and Dream Job Freedom Academy. And before I get started, this little Incredible Hulk picture right behind me right here. A lot of people asking, hey, Rock, what is that picture of that little green person that's in the background of your video? My son, he did that when he was 6. And that's his version of the Incredible Hulk. Incredible Hulk. So it's one of my favorite pictures of all time. But never mind that. Now you guys know. The gentleman that I have sitting right here with me, man, is a phenomenal guy. James Stojack. He was in the restaurant business, cooking in 5-star restaurants by the age of 18. Played guitar at the local farmers market between the ages of 12 and 16. He was born with hyperplastic left heart, HLH, and forgive me if I'm saying that wrong, but at the end of the day, this guy has overcome a lot of challenges, and he still smiles every day. He welcomes the stress in his life, and he's going to share that with you more. So, James, thanks a lot for joining us today. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing great, Rock. It's nice to be you. Thank you for having me on the call. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. So let's get right into it, man. Explain what you was born with. Explain your heart situation, because the reason why I want to start there, because that's going to be a phenomenal impact on where you are now in your life.
Well, when I was a baby, I was born with hypoplastic left heart syndrome. I have, it was a problem with the heart where a portion of it was missing, one of the valves. So I had to have 3 open heart surgeries, I think before the age of 2. So my first surgery that I had when I was a baby was maybe when I was 2 days old. And honestly, the heart condition, having those 3 open heart surgeries, didn't have too much of a greater impact until I decided to kind of use that when I was 16 or so to, not make any more excuses. Because I'd thought of my heart condition when I was in grade school and in high school, but sometime I made the decision not to focus on that or let that even be a part of me. I just ignored it to a point that I could just be normal. Because a lot of people told me when I was younger that, hey, you have this condition, you're smaller, maybe you don't do contact sports. But I just thought I could do so many other things that people weren't doing, and I didn't have to be held back at all.
Mm-hmm. Now, so many other things that a lot of other kids are not doing. A lot of other teenagers may not be interested in, and one of them is cooking. So, yeah. Man, you had to have made a phenomenal peanut butter jelly sandwich when you were 6 or 7 years old, man. When did you say, you know what? I want to be a chef. And I want to not only be a chef, I want to be a phenomenal chef, because you are that.
Well, it's not really that. I mean, when I was younger, I'd cook. My dad made stir fry, and my parents cooked, but it wasn't like they were chefs and something like that. I wanted to cook and cook at home when I was 12. But when I needed a job and I was 16, when I needed a real job, one with a paycheck, and pay stubs and all that, and I needed a car, I wanted a car. So I got a job washing dishes in a restaurant because I knew that I loved cooking. So I thought, why not try it in a professional setting? Why not see if I like it? If not, I can go on, do something else. But I liked it. I like washing dishes. So I started off when I was 16, applying to all the fancier restaurants in the town. Now, there weren't many, but there were a few where they put on the white chef coat, making burgers and pasta. But being 16, doing dishes at one of those places, it's pretty big for me.
Now, I love the plan, because this is what Dream Job Freedom is all about. And I share this woman's story a lot, real fast. If you haven't heard about it, a young lady sent me an email saying that her dream job is to run her own zoo one day. Uh-huh. But she was in corporate America. And I'm like, okay, why aren't you working part-time at a zoo on the weekend? And she got completely quiet and couldn't answer the question. Like, you know what? I didn't think about that. So you washing dishes in these fancy restaurants, that wasn't your end goal. Your end goal was to eventually slide around that counter and be in the over the stove, over the grill, cooking. But you got your foot in the door by being a dishwasher. I love it. And that's something that I want you to kind of piggyback on. When you were washing dishes, what else did you do to help you one day get to being one of the cooks over there?
Okay, yeah, definitely. Well, first off, day one, when I applied, my resume said, yeah, I'm going to do whatever you want me to do. But at the top of the resume, it said, aspiring to be a chef, and I want to mentor under chefs and restaurant owners, something like that. And then I remember telling the cooks or whoever I applied to, and when I had my interview with the sous chef, I remember telling him, hey man, I want to be a chef. Day one, I was like, I want to be a chef. So I'll wash your dishes, but the goal is to cook as soon as possible. And then when I got the job, even, I told the chef. So I told the sous chef, and then I told the chef and owner, day one, I was just washing dishes, and I was like, I would like to be a cook, be a chef. So whatever I can do, I'll do the dishes as fast as I need to and well enough so that I can come over on the line. That was from day one. They knew I wanted that.
That's phenomenal. You set the stage. You set the bar high. You let them know, hey, this is where I'm coming to, all right? I'm coming over here. I'm going to start here, but I'm eventually going to get over here. I love it. What is your ultimate best dish? What is one meal that you make that you know it shuts the place down every single time people taste it?
I mean, it's not fancy, but I make great mac and cheese.
Is that right?
I do, yes. And I've made it several times at my most recent job for family meal, and they love it. I leave it left over for the next day's cooks often. Right. I make so much. But you've got to cook the noodles al dente hard enough and put them into a sauce that's more runny. So when you bake it, it comes to that perfect texture of the pasta.
Oh, man.
Hot peppers in it as well.
I haven't had lunch yet, son. Slow down, man. I haven't had lunch.
Okay. I could talk about food like that all the time.
Awesome. Okay, now, 18 years old. You're cooking. Are you considered a chef at this age, at this time? Where you're just...
No. So I started when I was 16, and I'm 21 right now, and I honestly don't consider myself a chef.
Okay.
Yet. That's like a term like a doctor. It's or not just like that, but I feel like another chef would have to call you chef, put you in a position of being a chef, so then you are a chef. So it's not something I can call myself yet. I'm a bit more careful with that, but I do cook. I'm a line cook.
Okay, now let's get hard. Let's get a little hard nosed right now. Mm-hmm. You have this heart condition, okay? And you expressed to me before that you love working in a stressful environment. You love the struggle. You embrace the struggle. Now, for someone having a heart condition, you would think you would want the complete opposite. Mm-hmm. So explain why you have embraced the struggle, you have embraced the stress and adversities that come along with you reaching your success. Why did you choose that route and to think that way?
Well, honestly, because my heart condition didn't impact me so much when I was 16 to 19, when I was starting being a cook. It didn't actually get me down as much as it might today. So back then I was really full of energy, a bit more than I am physically right now. But honestly, that was one area I knew I loved cooking and I could do it. Mm-hmm. I was proven that I could do it. So I was like, well, I'm not really being held back. So let's see what can be done with that. And I didn't actually have any physical issues that got in my way, like maybe if I was playing soccer or playing football. So cooking was my area where I didn't have any pushback, and it was an area where that I could excel and I wanted to be the best at something because I've waited my life and I was like, okay, I can't do the sports. So no, I was like high stress. I love it because when I was 16, other people, my friends weren't, getting those jobs. They were high stress, and I didn't like sitting in classroom because it was like a slower pace. So I love the high stress. I wanted it as soon as possible, and I wanted it to be an adult, I guess, as soon as possible. So being a cook and having a real adult style job when I was younger was very important to me. I wanted to have it now, I guess. Not like success or fame now, but I wanted to start now.
You wanted to have it now.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that was what drove me. And it still drives me to today. And I just wrote that down. Wanting to have it now. Because when you wanted to have it now, you act now.
Yeah.
You move into your actions become almost urgent. And although it may take a little time to get there, but you decide to say, I'm hitting the go button right now. Mm-hmm. But so many people never do that. They'll think, like, here's what I would love, here's my goals, but then they get fearful, they get doubtful because other people may be putting stuff in their head like, that's too good to be true, and then they never hit the go button. They never get started, James. You said that you want to be the best at something, and you discovered that you were good at cooking. So you recognized your talent of being a good cook at an early age, and you said, I'm going to be the best at that, and you went for it. So many people have natural gifts, natural talents that they ignore because they think, they really don't want to do that. I want to do this. And it's okay to want to do this, but don't ignore that because that's your natural, what you're good at. That's what you're the best at right now. So what can you share to those people that has natural gifted ability to do something, whatever that talent is, but they ignore it to go over here and try this? What can you share? What can you tell them on that?
Well, I mean, I've done some other things. The cooking is not my gift per se. I work very, very hard. It's not like it doesn't come easy, but I try very hard. But I would say to other people who have something that they want to do, or maybe they know of something that they're already good at doing, but they don't really want to do it, just try it. Like, see what if, you don't want to not dabble in another area, and you don't have to wait and go through a long process. You don't have to sign up for anything, sign up for 4 years of school just to experience something. You can look up, if you know you're good at something or you've got certain things, you can look them up on the internet. You can try them. You can ask people who are already doing that. I know you talk about this all the time, but I've thought about it, and I have before. I've asked chefs when I was 12, even now thinking about this last night, when I was younger, if you think if you're good at something, or if people tell you you're good at something, you should seek out others who are doing that by email or social media now, just to see what that job is like. Because I'll say for myself, when I was 12, I asked chefs in Seattle about what that job was like via email. When I was too young to work, I would email people. So I would say, if you are gifted, but you got certain paths and you're not sure what to do, just try them. I mean, it's easier to try things if you're still in high school like I was. I had options. I was living with my parents, so I could try various things, but I don't know, find time.
That's it. Find time to try it. I like what you said. Just try it. Nike says just do it. Well, we're going to create a new one. Just try it, Yeah. And I don't like using the term try much because I prefer to use the term do.
Well, yeah. But,
But at the end of the day, if you're like me, that I constantly have ideas in my head like, oh, I got to do that. Oh, I want to do that. Oh, I want to do this. I want to do that. And I had to train myself to, okay, if I do too much at one time, I'm going to spread myself too thin, and neither one of those are going to succeed to where I want them to succeed. So if you're one of those type of people, pick three. Pick your main top three, And then you find the time, like you just said, you find the time each and every day to apply an hour to project 1, another hour to project 2, another hour to project 3. If you don't have 3 hours, extra hours in a day, then you got to wind down to 2, and you still got that third one, but right now that's not a priority. You can get back to it. And if you don't have enough time for 2, then get it down to 1 and you pour everything into that 1. So try it. It cringes me to use that word because I want to say, do it. Just do it. Just do it. If you got a talent and you got a gift and you're good at it, do it. Now, because that right there may help you get to where you're trying to go. Because if you start making some income, you start creating your own business as an entrepreneur doing this over here, that's the extra money that you can use to input into that, to invest into what you really want to do. All right, let's go. Let's shift gears a little bit, James. You're still very young.
Yes.
And you're 21. And you've already accomplished some things that some people haven't accomplished in their 40 or 50 or whatever. What are some goals that you're focusing on right now? No, is cooking or being a chef. We understand that's your ultimate goal, but what do you want to do with that? Do you want to have your own restaurant one day? Do you want to train other students to be chefs? What is your goals now that you're going after?
Well, now I want to, for me personally, I want to have some financial security so I can cook for as long as I want or not at all. I know because going into the industry of cooking, you get paid less per hour. You only make it when you're an owner. And then even then it's hard. So I know that's a reality. So currently I'm still figuring it out. I think I might want to own a restaurant, and I'm seeing the restaurant that I want in my mind. I don't want a chain. I want like a perfect, 25, 30 seat restaurant that serves high quality food, whether it be fancy or less fancy, but a quality product. I've got a couple different restaurants that I've worked at or eat at that I have as references for my perfect restaurant that I emulate or try to envision in my mind. And honestly, I would like to have the financial security from other pursuits than cooking to allow me to be a restaurant owner and be able to cook and follow my passion with cooking, but not have to stress so much about the money and have money coming in so I can afford to do the business of being a restaurant owner, because I know how tricky that is.
Yeah.
Working for so many people, I just know already that it's going to be a very hard road if I'm just a restaurant owner. So I need to be aware of that. But yeah, I still think being a restaurant owner in Seattle, Washington, I want to do that. Definitely.
Well, my man, you can do it, and you will do it. And if you don't mind me throwing in a little, just a little extra couple crumbs there, the restaurant you just described is I love it, a 25 to 30 seater. So it's not a big, huge restaurant. And correct me if I'm wrong, you're going to have a menu that's going to be very fine-tuned. So it's not going to be a huge menu. You're going to perfect the food that is on the menu. And so you're not going to give that many options, but the options you have are going to be freaking through the roof. They're going to be phenomenal. They're going to be the best that you can get. So because of that, and because of the small restaurant, the prices may be a little higher than normal, but it's going to be worth it because, one, you're going to have to get reservations. You can't just walk into this restaurant and say, hey, I got a party of 5 over here. Can we have a sit down? No, you have to have reservations. You're on a high-end restaurant situation. Now, this is me in your dream here. So you can stop me whenever you want and say, oh, no, Rock, that's wrong. But I think I have a feeling that this is kind of where you're going with it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I've not decided if it's going to be fine or if it's going to be casual. Mm-hmm. But yeah, something like that, because those are the restaurants that I've worked for and worked in are more surrounded on like smaller menu, more plates per person, more time, right. Just the experience of food, not just filling up. That's right. What I'm about. I love that.
Absolutely. And here's how you turn that, here's how you make that a financial freedom. Here's how you turn that into that financial security that you want. You mentioned not really wanting to franchise it. And that's fine. But if you build this perfect restaurant of yours with this perfect food where not many people can come in at one time to even eat there, once you perfect that, why not franchise?
I don't know. Yeah.
Because check it out. Once you do it right and you get it perfect like you want it, now you can go buy the land, the real estate, the land that you're going to sit your next restaurant on. So when somebody says, hey, James, are you going to I want to franchise one of these in LA. I want to franchise one of these in Chicago or Miami or whatever. Okay, fine. Here's what we're going to do. James is going to purchase the land that they're going to build their restaurant on. So not only will you own the land and they have to pay you, lease the land from you for their franchise that you happen to own, but you're also going to be making the money from the restaurant. So you're kind of taking that whole Ray Kroc way of doing things with McDonald's. And now that financial security that you want, home run all day long. And that goes into your bylaws when it comes to how do I franchise James Stojack restaurant, blah, blah, whatever you're going to name it. That's in your bylaws. Okay. You're going to own the real estate land that it sits on, so that's just a little couple things. You might have already thought that out, but that's how you turn that to financial security. Last but not least, before I let you go, James, man, I can sit here and talk to you all day. I love your story, man. We give homework assignment every week. So what can you share, or what do you want to challenge the Dream Job Freedom family to do for the next 7 days?
Well, I thought about this one. Something that I've done, and something you could do if you haven't done it already, is if you know of someone who's doing what you want to do already, if it's a job that you want, then definitely you can, seek out that person. But even if you're starting a business, any business, just find someone, not that you know, but on the internet, anybody. And honestly, email them if they are doing what you want to do or if they are where you are at. Because I've done it myself. You simply email them. They're people. Everyone's people. Ask them, what did they do to get there? Ask them, can you give me some ideas on what I can do, to go around what you would think it takes to get places, and ask specific people, and you'll be surprised what people say as to how they achieve their success. It's different from what you see on the mainstream. People are achieving success and you don't even know how they're doing it, but if you ask them. So I'd say find somebody. Yeah, like I said.
Okay, now, I love it. And we're going to add to that. Blind emailing people or blind messaging people in their DMs, whether social media, for some reason, some people are fearful of that because they think, well, they're not going to respond. They don't know me. I'm just so-and-so. But you just said it. They're people. Mm-hmm. They have 2 legs, 2 arms, just like we do. They're made out of the same skin. Don't put people into a category like they're God or something. They're humans, so all they can do is not respond. Mm-hmm. And what have you lost? Nothing. Now, let's 10X that. If you reach out to 10 or 15 people, let's say you reach out to 20 people and you don't get no replies, that doesn't mean stop. 10X it. Put 10 times more effort. You keep going. Get to 40 people. Get to 60 people. Do it as much as you can, as many people as you can until somebody responds. And then once somebody responds, you're going to be like, oh, wow. You're going to forget about those other 30, 40, or 50 that did not respond. Okay? So that's the homework James gave you. Reach out. Find someone that's doing what you want to do. Get on social media. Get on Google. Research it. Get on their websites. Send emails out to them until you get a reply. Do not stop until you get a reply. James, my man, is there anything else that you want to share about yourself? How can people, locate you on social media? Anything you want to promote before I let you go?
I mean, I don't really have much to promote, but you can find me on Instagram if you'd like. James Flojack. That's FLOJACK. James Flojack, I believe it is, on Instagram, or you can email me at jamesstojack@gmail.com. If you have any questions, reach out to me just like I would reach out to someone for help like I'm telling you to do. You can email me anytime and I'll try to respond, definitely.
Stojack, you got a little rhyme in you? You rapping on the side a little bit?
No, that's one of my restaurant nicknames, just one of them.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it. Well, James, thank you for your time, man. I appreciate you, man. You got, and I'm saying this, for real. You got serious heart. You got more heart than I can imagine, man. And keep doing what you're doing. Love you, bro. And I can't wait to get out there in Seattle to eat your phenomenal cooking.
Oh wow! All right, thanks, Rock T.
Yes,
Thank
sir. Be blessed.
Thanks for being on. Thank you.